again, this is Piano Method Level 1B. Moving on to our challenge for this week is page 7. If you thought the last ones were challenging, this is a doozy. This one is still G position, right and left hand. And again, if they don't tell you, it does here, but some of the pieces don't say anything, but just kind of look at the first note, what finger number they say to use. That's right hand, thumb, right? That sticks you in G position because that's a G. Left hand, pinky on the G, right? So this one, we're going to look a little at the right hand first. You've got a lot of eighth notes and then staccato quarter notes. Eighth notes, staccato quarter notes. You're in 3, right? 3/4 time. So that should sound like 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and, right? So keep your eighth note smooth and your quarter notes short, right? As you move on here, there's nothing too new that happens there. Moving over to the end of the second line, you have some double notes. These are still staccato, and they tell you finger numbers on the top. That helps. But you got thumb and 5 together, and then 2 and 5, and 3 and 5, and then in the next line, some moving thirds. So definitely practice that part first, right? So just getting used to playing lots of notes together, right? Lots of double notes. Happens again here, right? Some more there, and then this is just one long tie. You see all those ties, so you're playing the G 3 counts, plus 3 counts, plus 3 counts, plus 3 counts. It's a total of 12. You're just holding on. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Here you have this DC al Coda. This means back to the top and then the coda. So when you hit this kind of small double bar, you're going to go all the way back to the beginning. DC means da capo, back to the top. Start over again, first line into the second line. Here you have that 2 coda. It looks like a little turtle, right? You're going to jump from that symbol to the very last line, which is here, right? And that'll end the song. So coda is always at the end of a piece, no matter how long it's been, right? That's kind of like the tail end of it, right? So to recap what's happening, so you're playing first line, second line, third line, fourth line, back to the beginning, part of the second line, and then you're jumping to the 5th line, right? So a little directional change too. That 5th line will have some double notes as well and staccatos, right? So just watching for those. Let's play just right hand, just to kind of figure out all these. Anytime you want to stop, pause, repeat, right? Feel free. Some of these parts are definitely harder than others. Okay, right hand, 1, ready, and go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 3-second line, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. 1, 2, 3, third line, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 2, 3, fourth line, 1, 2, 3, tie, 2, 3, still tie, 2, 3, 1, 2, let it fade away, back to the beginning, 1, 2, second line, 1, 2, and then the big jump, last line, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. All right, hope that makes sense. Just wanted to make sure we touched onto those dotted quarter notes. So it's 1.5 beats. So if you're counting this out, this is 1 and 2, and this is on the and 3 and, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and. If you think in terms of seconds, it's 1.5 seconds. This is just a half second, right? It's pretty quick. The other way to count is to break it into 6 small beats in the measure. 1, 2, 3. This is the 4th beat. This is the 5 and 6. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so however your brain works, just make sure you're counting those dotted quarter notes. Okay, back to the left hand at the top. Left hand, again, it's G position. There's a lot of double notes here too. So you're starting pinky and then 3 and 1 together. So like this, 1, 2, 3, and then pinky and 2 and 1. Right, if you can get used to that, that's a lot of what the left hand does. As you move into the second line, similar stuff. The end of the second line, you have the same moving double notes, kind of like the right hand, but kind of in opposite directions. Definitely practice it by itself. 1 and 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5. It just takes a little coordinating. 1. Right, you should hear that bottom note shifting, but you keep playing the thumb too. Into the third line, some held notes, right? And again, those moving double notes. Into the fourth line, you go back to kind of what you did at the beginning, and you have that same DC applies to both hands, of course. Otherwise, your eyes would be in 2 different places at once. So when you hit this, go back to the beginning, right? Do that beginning part again, right? Into the second line, and then you jump to the end, right? And more double notes. Tricky. Let's do left hand. 1, ready, go. Second line. Rest, 2. 1, 2. Third line. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2. Fourth line. 1, 2, 3. 3. And quieter. Back to the top. 1, 2. This is louder. Second line. Big jump. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. All right. Work it out, hopefully. Let's try both hands. I'll stick this up here. And again, if you want to pause and work on any of those parts first before you tackle the 2 hands, totally fine. All right, let's give it a shot. From the beginning, counting 1 and ready and go. And second line. Forte. Third line. 1 and 2 and 3 fourth line. And softer. Back to the beginning. Second line. And last line. That's it. Just one thing I wanted to mention, I forgot to notice it as we were going. This little thingy, this is the last line. That's an accent mark, both hands. That means just play that note stronger than the stuff around it. I kind of did. You can make that still stronger if you want. It's kind of up to your taste. But it means don't de-emphasize that anyways. Go ahead and emphasize that a little bit because it's a surprise. All right, I think that's it. If you have questions, let me know. But it's a fun piece, definitely a challenge. If you don't get this one down perfectly right away, don't worry. Definitely for everybody, this will take time. It's kind of crazy, especially those places where the 2 hands are going opposite directions at once. It's definitely mind over matter. All right, have fun. See you later.